And welcome to our June 16, 2026 voting meeting of the Exeter Township School Board. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Fike, would you please take roll call?
Julia Schaefer,
Here.
Dr. Ann Herring, Dr. Andrea Battler, Deborah Bloom,
Present.
Joseph Cook,
Here.
John Fiddler,
Here.
Jason Mill,
Here.
Travis Odom,
Here.
Anne Marie Grill, 6 present, 3 absent.
Okay, so we do have a quorum. Thank you, Mr. Fike. In addition to the 6 board members in attendance, we are joined at the table by our solicitor, Sharon Montaigne, members of the school district administration, to include Dr. Christy Haller, Mrs. Dawn Harris, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Josh Hoyt, Director of Teaching and Learning, Mrs. Diane Skornavaki, Director of Human Resources, and Mr. Brian Fike, who serves as our Business Administrator and Board Secretary. The board met in executive session on Thursday to discuss personnel contracts, and prior to this meeting, we met to go over our annual Act 44 report review. There are no amendments to tonight's agenda, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Haller.
Thank you, Julie. I'd like to welcome Chief Powell to come up to speak to the board. Thank you, Chief, for coming to the board meeting this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Haller, and welcome, good evening, board. I guess I'm not welcoming you anywhere. So I apologize for jumping in here at the last minute, but I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak. Normally when I speak, I kind of speak off the cuff. Tonight I actually prepared remarks, so I apologize if I appear to be reading rather than looking at you. So, as most of you know, on June 9th, 2026, at the Don Thomas Football Stadium in Exeter Township at the high school, an end-of-watch ceremony was held for Central Berks Regional Police Department Officer Kristen Yeager, who died while on duty May 29th, 2026. While Officer Yeager was not a member of the Exeter Township Police Department, the death of an on-duty officer affects us all, especially those of us committed to this profession and who go out and do this job every day. In times of loss, we sustain each other through our shared experiences and our common bonds, but we also are sustained by the support of our communities. Community support, specifically the support of the Exeter Township School District, is why I'm here tonight. I wanted to come by and personally thank the administrators, staff, and all members of the district who assisted us in the planning and execution of the end-of-watch service. Your assistance was instrumental to all of us in law enforcement as we moved forward the best we could under very difficult circumstances. From the moment it was decided to hold the end-of-watch ceremony at the high school, the district was an invaluable partner in ensuring the community would have a place to remember, celebrate, and honor the life and service of Officer Yeager. I cannot, though I wish I could, name every member of the district staff who assisted us on June 9th, but I would like to recognize District Superintendent Dr. Haller, Principal Tom Campbell, Safety Director Eric Seidel, and Athletic Director Tom Lagath for their contributions to and in support of Berks County law enforcement. I would also like to specifically thank Custodial Supervisor Alex Young and the entire Buildings and Grounds Maintenance team, who were everywhere before, during, and after the service to assist with whatever was asked of them. I don't think they said no the entire time, to be honest with you. I'd also like to thank Sheldon Martin, IT Director, whose efforts allowed the services to be live streamed and who handled most, if not all, the technology needed for the ceremony. Additionally, this is going to fall off here. I'd like to recognize and thank Assistant Principal and Football Coach Matt Bauer, his staff, and the student athletes who set up the inside of the stadium for the service, and the student band members who played so movingly during the service. Those were gestures that were and are very much appreciated. While I'm here tonight speaking specifically on behalf of the Exeter Township Police Department, I am confident that the Central Berks Regional Police Department and agencies across Berks County and beyond would agree that all of us are deeply appreciative and sincerely grateful for the efforts of all of you, the administrative staff and students of the Exeter Township School District, in honoring and supporting Officer Yeager, her family, friends, and fellow law enforcement officers. It will not be forgotten. And so I thank you for the opportunity to address you, and again, I thank you for all that was done to help us out on June 9th and before. Thank you.
I would just like to say thank you, Chief Powell, for coming tonight and thanking all of us. But to be honest, it was an honor and a humbling experience to be asked to have that ceremony here for her. Why I didn't know Officer Yeager personally. She was a St. Lawrence kid, went to the St. Lawrence playground where many of our children go to play, and she's an Exeter grad. So if we could do that for the police department and for her family, we were happy to do so.
Well, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate that, and thank you very much. I don't know how it works. Do you guys need a copy of this for the minutes, or are we good? Or okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chief Powell. Okay, next we're on to public comment. No one has signed up for public comment on agenda items. Does anyone in the audience wish to speak at this time? Okay. If there's no objection, we'll adopt a motion to approve the meeting minutes from last month's meeting, Board Committee of the Whole meeting on May 5th, 2026, Board voting meeting on May 18th, 2026. Hearing none, those are approved. If there's no objection, we'll adopt a motion to approve the May 2026 Treasurer's Report and Payment Request dated May 6th, 2026 through June 16th, 2026. Any comments, questions? Hearing none, motion is approved. Now, on to committees. We'll start with Mr. Fiddler, Education.
Thank you, Mrs. Schaefer. First item does not require any action by the board's enrollment report, monthly enrollment report. Any questions about that? Hearing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. I will report that I reviewed the agenda carefully, and all of the items here but one were reviewed at the Committee of the Whole meeting. The only new item is the first one, senior high school wrestling team traveling to West Branch High School. So I will read the motion. As recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the following education items from 1 through 8 as submitted.
Mr. Fiddler, can I ask that you pull item number 3 from the consent agenda?
Sure. So we'll make that, just amend the motion. Amend the motion to say items 1 and 2 and items 4 through 8. So
Have a second?
I so move.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I now move that we act on item number 3 concerning the Sapphire system, service as a software as a service item, item number 3. And I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, thank you. The reason I asked to pull this to the side is I did, Mr. Way was kind enough to get me the master service agreement that I had asked for at the last meeting, which I did also share with the rest of the board. I do have 2 issues that I saw within the master service agreement that potentially may not be issues if somebody can answer these for me. Section 3F is around security measures, and I think the thing that was a concern for me here was essentially the language, K-12, the company itself, will not be responsible for compromise in its security measures due to a third party's intentional effort to penetrate such security measures using techniques intended to bypass generally acceptable security measures in the computer software industry, in parentheses, quote, hacking. So essentially, it sounds like we're indemnifying them from any hacking attempt that happens with their system, which is a little troubling because there's student data that could potentially be going there. And I guess my question may be more so for Mr. Fike or for Mrs. Montaigne. Do we have cyber liability insurance that would protect us from this? And would that cover this particular incident should someone actually gain access into the system?
Have insurance.
We do have cyber
I thought
liability
so.
insurance, and I'm trying to think, I think that's like a $10,000 deductible, but
Okay,
anything over that.
okay. Any concerns from a legal standpoint there?
You know, unfortunately not. In more recent years, all the school districts are getting cyber liability insurance, and that's pretty much what you got to do to cover it. There are other reporting requirements if student data is breached, but that's pretty typical language for these types of vendors because you can't, you know, if you get hacked, you get hacked.
Yeah, and then the second piece of this that I thought was a little unusual, there's no specific uptime guarantees or specific time frame to resolve high-severity issues in the contract. So maybe, Mr. Way, you might have additional information there. Like typically with software, especially software as a service like this, you know, you would typically see what's called 4 nines, 5 nines, that sort of type of availability, which I'm sure you're obviously aware of in your profession. And their highest severity issue that they had listed there for support was the only time frame that they committed to get back to you with a resolution was, I think, in quote, in a reasonable time frame, which is very vague. And so I don't know. Do you have any additional comments to any discussions maybe that you had with K-12 on any of those?
I do not have specific
Okay.
uptime requirements, or I mean, I can certainly ask that more deep of a question as to like what is the availability of off-hours support. Again, I think it's situational. Like if there is an off-hour situation that's coming from us through Sapphire, so say another district had an issue, I'm sure there's multiple avenues to get a hold of support outside of those hours. I don't have it documented yet. I can certainly get that for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of what I was hoping from the committee of the whole. I thought with the SLA that was going to be in there, and it looks like they don't have that legally binding anywhere, unfortunately.
I think unfortunately a lot of these vendors don't have so currently our solution with Skyward uses a third-party hosting service called IS Corp where our data is stored. And again, it's most of the time we have to support tickets through their ticketing system. And if we can flag them as urgent, we are guaranteed a response within 4 hours. But it's never been phenomenal from these vendors. And some of the vendors that we've looked at as competitors in this situation, we have relationships with and are very unhappy with the level of service that we're getting from
Skyward?
even larger, some of the competitors we looked at. I don't want to
okay.
name them, but
Yeah,
Skyward
sure.
is, like I said, Skyward will get back to us most likely within 4 hours.
Okay.
IS Corp, if we mark it as urgent, they're in Wisconsin. They do have folks that come in very early, but for us, very early might be just
Sure.
as we're starting school.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Mel,
Yes, sir.
it's on cyber's on the agenda tonight, the renewal.
Fantastic. I'm glad you were paying attention.
And yeah, we do have pretty extensive cyber insurance and cyber sort of training and things that are going
Sure.
on behind the scenes. But yeah, it is mandated that we have that. Now, if the situation were to come to us through, like the vendor had a breach, like Power School just recently had a breach.
Yeah.
Those vendors then are responsible for the level of credit monitoring or whatever information gets leaked from those vendors. We still have the responsibility of reporting it to the DA and the state mandated requirements. We're unfortunately very knowledgeable in how all of these things happen because all the little products do manage to get exploited in small ways. One of the vendors we were looking at just had their customer service list compromised through a brute force attack. And so they had to share that all of their clients' email addresses and phone numbers were breached. Again, nothing PII, but they still shared that because sometimes it's not hacking as much as social engineering. People will call into support and they'll find backdoors to get through. And that's how a number of the hacks have happened recently. The data breaches have happened recently. So
Okay.
it's a fun it's a fun world dealing with all of those
Oh,
issues.
I imagine. Yeah, that's it for my questions. Just because of the concerns I have with the agreement, I am going to be voting no to it, but I don't want to suggest that we hold up the process. So if I'm the lone person on this island, I'm going to be there. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, we have motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Any objections?
No.
5-1, motion carries.
And that concludes the Education Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Fiddler. And on to personnel, we will have Mr. Cook present tonight.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Schaefer. First item up for action here. We have a contract renewal. So it's recommended that the Board of School Directors elect Christy M. Haller as District Superintendent for a 5-year commission from July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2031, and enter into contract with Dr. Haller, setting salary and benefits for the position of District Superintendent.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Fike, can we please take a roll call vote?
Dr. Andrew Battler, Deborah Bloom,
Aye.
Joseph Cook,
Yes.
John Fiddler,
Yes.
Dr. Ann Herring, Jason Mell,
Yes.
Travis Odom,
Yes.
Julie Schaefer,
Yes.
Anne Marie Grill. All 6 here, yes.
Okay, motion carries. Congratulations, Dr. Heller. Thank you.
I would just like to sincerely thank the board for giving me an opportunity to serve the district for another 5 years. As you know, I'm a resident, a parent, so it is, again, my honor to be the superintendent here, and I'm grateful for the opportunity and privilege.
And on behalf of the Cabinet and Act 93 team, Dr. Haller, we are very grateful that you're going to continue to serve, so thank you.
All right, thank you. And another contract renewal. So it's recommended that the Board of School Directors appoint Diane Skornovaki as Director of Human Resources for a 1-year term from July 1, 2026 to June 30, 2027, and enter a contract with Mrs. Skornovaki, setting salary and benefits for the position of Director of Human Resources.
Second.
Mr. Fike, can we take another roll call vote?
Dr. Andrew Battler, Deborah Bloom,
Yes.
Joseph Cook,
Yes.
John Fiddler,
Yes.
Dr. Ann Herring, Jason Mell,
Yes.
Travis Odom,
Yes.
Julia Schaefer,
Yes.
and Marie's on here, 6 yes, 3 absent.
Motion carries.
I'd like to say congratulations to Diane. I've been working with Diane since 2011 when I was the principal at Lorraine. So again, congratulations.
Thank you very much to the board and Dr. Haller and all of the Act 93 team. It is my pleasure to be here for another year, and I will gladly serve on the team here.
Thank you, Mrs. Skornovaki. It's a pleasure to keep you. Okay, floor is yours, Mr. Cook.
All right, thank you. And for Personnel Committee consent agenda, we have 4 items here. I'm going to do items 1, resignations, 2, change of status, and 3 additional assignments.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mrs. Schaefer, if I could just say congratulations to Caitlin Spangler. Caitlin has only been on our Act 93 team for a short time, but she was agreeable to leaving the building level team and coming over to my student services team to help serve the district in a little bit larger central role capacity. So we're very grateful for that. Thank you, Caitlin.
Congratulations on the move. I just want to say thank you again for your excellent assistant principal work at Rifton.
Also, Mr. Vecchio is currently not speaking to me because of that move, just so everybody knows.
And that's why he's not here, right?
All right, and one last item for the consent agenda, item number 4, attached list of course requests.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that wraps that up.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. And we'll move on to Mrs. Bloom with Finance and Audit.
I believe that we're going to be taking number 7 and 8 out of the consent agenda. Sorry, I believe that we're going to be taking number 7 and 8 out of the consent agenda.
Number 2 has to be.
Yeah, I was going to say we need a roll call for,
2 taxes, 2, 3.
you might as well just do them each individually at
4.
this point. It's probably going to be easier for you.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, item number 1, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors approve budget transfers in the amount of $55,748.43.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, item number 2, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors adopt the final general fund budget for the 2026-2027 school year in the amount of $92,076,757, with revenues and revenues being added since the count.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
This has to be roll call.
Dr. Andrew Battler, Deborah Bloom,
Yes.
Joseph Cook,
Yes.
John Fiddler,
No.
Dr. Ann Herring, Jason Mill,
Yes.
Travis Odom,
Yes.
Julia Schaefer,
Yes.
Anne Marie Grill, 5 yes, 1 no.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, number 3, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the 2026 to 2027 real estate tax millage resolution.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please, Mr.
Dr. Andrew Battler, Deborah Bloom,
Yes.
Joseph Cook,
Yes.
John Fiddler,
No.
Dr. Ann Herring, Jason Mill,
Yes.
Travis Odom,
Yes.
Julia Schaefer,
Yes,
Anne Marie Grill, 5 to 1.
motion carries.
Item number 4, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the 2026 to 2027 per capita tax resolution.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Fike, could you take another roll call vote?
Dr. Andrew Battler, Deborah Bloom,
Yes.
Joseph Cook,
Yes.
John Fiddler,
Yes.
Dr. Ann Herring, Jason Mill,
Yes.
Travis Odom,
Yes.
Julia Schaefer,
Yes,
Anne Marie Grill, 6 yes.
motion carries.
Item number 5, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the 2026 to 2027 farmstead exclusion resolution.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 6, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the following insurance coverage for the period July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2027, as detailed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, item number 7, which was tabled from the last meeting, it is recommended that the Board of Directors approve the attached resolution, which provides notice to the Berks County School District Health Trust.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I will start. Since we did table this at the last session, we were providing the trust with notice of withdrawal. We did meet in executive session after our last meeting last week. And we decided as a board that there was a different resolution and approach that we could take, so I would be voting no for this. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
No.
Motion fails.
Okay. Item number 8, it is recommended that the Board of Directors approve the attached alternative resolution for the Berks County School District Health Trust.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
And I think that is it for the Finance and Audit Committee.
Thank you, Mrs. Bloom. Mr. Fiddler, Facilities and Transportation Committee, in the absence of Dr. Battler.
Thank you, Mrs. Schaefer. Item 1, is it recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the amended Public School Facility Improvement Grant Resolution that was approved at the January 20th, 2026 voting meeting. The amount was left blank on the resolution.
We have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the BCIU classroom lease agreements for the following early childhood programs: Owatan Creek, 2 pre-K counts classrooms, Jackson Wald Elementary, 1 Head Start classroom, and Lorraine Elementary, 1 Head Start classroom.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that's the end of that report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fiddler. Policy Committee, Mr. Mel.
Thank you, Mr. Schaefer. Up for policy, it is recommended that the Board of School Directors approve the following policies for first reading. Policy number 904, public attendance at school events, and policy number 909, municipal government relations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
That is it for my report, Mr. Schaefer.
Okay, we are on to athletics and extracurricular. Mr. Odom.
Thank you, Mr. Schaefer. Mr. Gath just wanted me to let everybody know that we had a great 25-26 school year with sports and extracurriculars, and looking forward to a very short upcoming fall sports season.
Thank you, Mr. Odom. Okay, and I will handle ECEF. Many thanks to GFC Subs 4 LLC, the parent company of the new Jersey Mike's location at the Exeter Commons, for selecting ECEF to be their first fundraiser to kick off their grand opening. We are incredibly grateful for their generosity and look forward to working with them in the future. Thank you to Chris Nine with Mortgage America and Sam Padavani with Remax for sponsoring our first of 2 calendar giveaways. Calendars were sent home with the youngest sibling in each of the buildings during this last week of school, and the second calendar will be sent home earlier before winter break. We are in full golf planning mode, and spaces are filling up fast for our Monday, August 3rd outing. If you're interested in being a sponsor or golfing with us, please reach out and visit our website for more details. Berks Career and Technology Center and Joint Operating Committee with Mr. Fiddler, and if you could also just slide right into Berks County Intermediate Unit Board of Directors.
I will do that right away. BCTC, they had several ceremonies to wrap up the year very successfully. including allowing 2 Exeter students to graduate at the BCTC ceremony because they were going to compete and did compete nationwide for their projects at BCTC. The other thing I'd like to report for the Career and Technology Center is that last week was the career camp, 100 students from across the county. I don't have the final numbers for Exeter. I know last year Exeter had the highest number of students in the county, but Mike Stauffer has assured me that he'll have those for me shortly, so I'll report on that next time. As for BCIU, I will attend my last meeting as Exeter's representative on the BCIU board on Thursday. My 3-year term ends this month. It's been a pleasure representing this district on the BCIU board, and I will forward the meeting notes as usual after the meeting. That's the end of my report.
Okay, just a question about that. If you are ending your service with the BCIU board, someone else from Exeter going to represent?
I would assume somebody from BCIU is going to be in touch. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you could call Jill Hackman.
Okay. Just yeah, I wasn't aware of that. So congratulations for your 3 years, and thank you for serving on our behalf.
Went by like a flash.
Yes, it did. I also want to recognize BCTC for their career camp last week. My son was, I think, one of at least 10 students that I did see from Exeter attend. Mrs. Seifert, who's in the off, her son attended as well. So I believe we had at least 10% of Exeter attending, just
good.
based on faces that I saw during drop up and pick off. And it's always a wonderful event. So
Yeah, well, it's a great idea and a great program for kids in 6th through 8th grades to get an early start on what a career in technical skills is going to look like. So it's last year we had 24, so I guess we didn't match that this year. But
well, that's just based on my eyes seeing students that I recognize
Okay, well, we'll see.
and parents I recognized
We'll see
during
next
drop
month.
off and pick up. So don't quote me on that. That's just
right.
my 10% of
Well,
knowledge.
we'll have the numbers next month.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I will say they offered 5 different variations, heavy equipment. It was the SMART, construction, interior design.
There was one in
more.
healthcare because they were
That's the SMART. What was the other one?
tending for a wound. It was
Yes.
Yeah,
Sports.
okay.
That was the
Yeah,
SMART, I
got
think.
it.
And then, law enforcement, EMS. So,
right, and they devote one day of the week to each of those
correct
programs.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
no, very interesting.
Good.
My son doesn't know what he wants to do now. So, thank you for that. On to legislative PSBA liaison, Mr. Mel.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Schaefer. I have a few bills here that I'd like to get through. House Bill 1678. This is the senior property tax relief bill that is currently in the Pennsylvania House. This legislation would expand the state's gross receipts tax to include digital advertising services. So the tax is levied on revenue generated from banner advertising, search engine ads, and other digital placements. The additional revenue generated would be used to support an expansion of the property tax rent rebate program that's established under Act 1 of 2006. While PSBA was not consulted during the development of this bill and does not currently have an official position on it, they believe the proposal is relevant to members and could have potential implications for school districts. This bill did recently pass the House, 139 to 63 on June 9th, and it awaits movement in the Senate. Moving on to House Bill 1814. This is regarding the bell-to-bell cell phone bans that many of us have heard about. This legislation would require school entities to adopt a policy prohibiting student use of mobile devices throughout the entire school day, including lunch, study halls, recess, and time between classes, and would also limit the student's ability to possess these devices. The bill recently passed the State House 126 to 75 on June 1st. It's now in the Senate Education Committee for consideration. Also, Governor Shapiro has indicated he would sign the bill if it lands on his desk. So PSBA has previously stated that they're not opposed to cell phone restrictions or bans. However, they strongly believe that these decisions should be made locally. School boards should have the authority to decide what policies are most appropriate for their districts, rather than having a one-size-fits-all approach mandated by the General Assembly.
Mr. Mel, may I ask a question? Or-
Sure.
So, just in your research, obviously covering this topic, has there been any discussion through PSBA or coming from the House or Senate about whether or not funding is going to be provided to school districts in order to meet the obligations based on this new bill that, is
I'm
likely
taking
going
that's
to
a
pass?
serious question, too.
It is a serious
Yeah.
question because this is something
Yeah.
that, school districts are basically told they have to do by legislation in our
Yeah.
state or federal government, but yet the funding to support this is never funded to the school districts. So, are we gonna have to provide like lock boxes for cell phones? Like, are there gonna be fines and stuff like that if we
Yeah,
if we
that's-
don't
that's a good
have
question.
a policy in place that meets the expectations that the legislation wants?
I am not aware of specifics in terms of locking up the actual mobile devices. I mean, I think there was something at one time floated in another bill where it had to be in a special bag or something that zipped up and locked. I don't know in 1814 if that's actually part of this, because I think there were actually two different bills at one time floating. One was introduced in the Senate, one was introduced in the House, and this one in the House is the one that seems to be having the traction now, assuming it passes the Senate. But even so, I mean, you would imagine that there is going to be some, at the very least, time spent in administrative upkeep to make sure that you're watching that the students' devices are put away, whether that's locked up in a particular place or stored in a particular place throughout the day. So if anything, it's going to require man hours. And I am not aware of any funds that are coming along with this, or that have been expressed in the bill that I'm aware of. It's likely another unfunded mandate, and I'm sure we'll get onto more of that when I get to the budget update here. We'll see the state of affairs that we're going to be running into here again this year.
Can I ask one more thing?
Sure.
Have you seen any other type of discussion around whether or not disciplinary actions are going to be in place for students within this bill that are going to also be pushed down the throats of school districts if they aren't in compliance and students aren't comply? Because that could create a whole other obstacle for schools if...
That's a good question. I don't know that there's any mandated punishments that are in here. Especially any type of corporal punishment or anything.
Disciplinary action,
Yes.
not punishment.
Yes. So I am not aware of anything that is specifically in the bill to punish anyone should they be caught with a mobile device. But I can look into that, Mrs. Schaefer, and find out. If you'd like me to also express any suggestions to our legislators, I'm happy to do that. If you're advocating for any type of spanking or something along those lines, I'm happy to pass that on. Any other question?
I actually have a question. Are we going to have to pay to install James Bond-style ejector seats in the classroom? So if someone is caught with one of these devices,
That's again, I could definitely pass that on to our legislators, Mr. Fiddler, and see
Thank
what they
you.
say.
Yes. Because they can get expensive.
Absolutely, we're getting a little punchy here. No, it's. I will look and see. I am not aware, at least not in the summaries that I've read. I'm not aware of any punishments passed down for this. I'm assuming they're relying on the schools to handle that, but more to come. Moving on, Senate Bill 835. This is regarding the MIA POW flag displays at schools. So obviously we are familiar with this, but I did want to just alert the board of some recent action that occurred here. This legislation, as you're aware, would require schools in the Commonwealth that display the American flag to also display the prisoner of war missing in action flag at or near the building where reasonably feasible. The legislation passed unanimously in the PA Senate on June 8th and now awaits consideration in the House Education Committee. PSBA is neutral on Senate Bill 835 as it honors POW MIA service members, but does not significantly impact school board authority, educational policy, or district resources. As we are aware, we had passed this earlier this year, so we are kind of ahead of the game, assuming that it follows the same suit in the House and passes without much opposition. If I could ask the administration, with the flags that we have now, that is on at all buildings currently? It is? Okay, thank you for confirming that. All right, and then Senate Bill 1150, this is in regards to Sunshine Act revisions. This bill would legislatively overturn the recent Pennsylvania Supreme Court decision in Coleman versus Parkland School District, a case in which PSBA filed an amicus brief in support of the school district. In that decision, the court affirmed that state laws permit school boards to amend meeting agendas during a meeting with a majority vote. Senate Bill 1150 would eliminate this flexibility, restricting school boards' ability to address issues that arise in real time and limit expectations to specific emergencies or issues that are de minimis in nature. So that was essentially what we were used to for many years, I think, was the case. And then it was that Supreme Court decision in the state that essentially changed some things. So now it looks like this bill is looking to change that back. The bill passed the Pennsylvania Senate unanimously on June 10th and now awaits consideration in the Local Government Committee in the House. PSBA opposes Senate Bill 1150 because it would create unnecessary procedural delays, require additional public meetings, and increase both costs and administrative burden while reducing overall efficiency and governance. All right, and then the last thing I had an update on was just the state budget. Obviously, Pennsylvania lawmakers are facing a tight June 30th deadline, like they are every year, to pass the state's annual general fund budget. If they fail to meet it, legally mandated state funding will stall, threatening cash flow for schools, counties, and nonprofits. The pressure to deliver a timely budget is exceptionally high this year, following a massive 5-month delay last year that forced several organizations into layoffs and loans. Some of the key takeaways that I've gathered from ongoing negotiations, the state's independent fiscal office estimates net revenues will hit roughly $47 billion for the upcoming fiscal year. Governor Josh Shapiro proposed a $53.2 billion spending plan in February, suggesting the state draw from its rainy day savings fund to cover the deficit. Negotiations are still ongoing. Republican Senator Dan Laughlin predicted final spending would likely land $1 billion or $2 billion more than the Republicans want to, and $4 billion less than the governor wants to. So, in terms of where the Democrats are, they have for education, they requested a $600 million increase, largely utilizing an adequacy funding formula aimed at low-income and property tax-reliant school districts following a 2023 court ruling. In terms of the Republicans, they argue that Shapiro's proposed 5% spending hike will dangerously drain Pennsylvania's $8 billion savings account, risking future tax hikes or program cuts. The other thing that is in jeopardy, obviously, over with Shapiro's spending plan is that was touted using or legalizing cannabis and regulating skill games, and both have lost momentum as revenue sources. I believe actually just recently was reported in the news that skill games is now deemed illegal, coming out of the, I believe it was the state Supreme Court. And as I mentioned earlier, as an alternative revenue generator, House Democrats passed a tax on digital advertisements with bipartisan support, aiming to leverage massive corporate digital ad revenues. So that's everything I've gathered up to this point. I mean, my opinion, I think it's very unlikely we're going to see anything done by June 30th again. But Mr. Fike, I would love to hear your opinion if you wouldn't mind weighing in.
I think about June 45th. That's why I'm here in middle of July.
Okay, so that's where we're at.
I'd love to see a bill that holds the government accountable for all of the financial deficits that they've caused businesses and school districts in Pennsylvania because of their failure to pass a budget last year. Like, no school district should go $30 million in the hole based on interest they had to pay because they had to take a loan out to stay afloat.
Yeah.
It's a public education. Like, this is not school choice. Like, this is what we have, and they should be held accountable. And it'll come out of our taxes anyway, but there should be something on.
Yeah, I can't remember where it was, but I thought there was either there was a state or was it at the federal level. I thought there was some bill that was trying to get passed to essentially say anytime the government doesn't meet their budget obligations by the deadline that they start getting their salaries withheld. So, I mean, that would be lovely to see at our state level, because it just seems like this is a repeat issue every year, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. Anyway, that is it for my report. Thank you, Mr. Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Mel. And last but not least, Mr. Cook, Township Borough Liaison.
All right, thank you, Mr. Schaefer. Just one quick update. Talked about it last month, but this week on Thursday we have a webinar for the Berks County Comprehensive Plan that started. They're looking at providing an update to the public and community forum here. That's going to be held at 11:30 a.m. online. So if you want to get any updates for that, they'll be providing those this week.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. No one else has signed up for public comment, and anyone like to speak? Okay. Are there any board members who wish to be heard at this time? Hearing none. There is no committee of the whole meeting in July, so our next meeting will be our voting meeting held on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 at 7 p.m. We will be having another executive session immediately following this meeting to discuss personnel matters. And if there's no objections, we will adjourn